You recognize this feeling immediately. A solitary figure, a wet city street, and the steady wash of cool blue light. A lone figure against the rain has become our universal cultural shorthand for isolation and existential tension. We instinctively understand that the character in this environment is entirely alone. But look what happens when we strip away the environmental details. We take away the rain, the reflections, and the light, and we are left with a flat, uncolored 3D gray box. The emotion vanishes. That profound cinematic loneliness is no accident. It is an optical illusion, built using a precise set of psychological triggers. We can reconstruct them from scratch. Starting with this blank environment, the first mechanical step in our build is setting the precise color temperature. Human psychology responds to color predictively. Warm orange tones signal a sunny beach or a hot fire. They feel inviting and safe. Push the spectrum the other way into cold blue tones, and the environment instantly feels clinical, raw, and unsettled. By locking the white balance between 3200 and 4200 Kelvin, the exact range of the blue hour right after sunset, we deliberately strip away distracting, vibrant colors. Without that excess color data to process, your eye is forced to focus on the starkness of the space. Manipulating the temperature establishes the baseline of isolation. Next, we add rain. But falling water alone fails to evoke any emotion if it hits dry, flat asphalt. The environment still feels dead. To fix this, we have to alter the ground's texture. We drop the gamma on the road's diffuse map to make the asphalt significantly darker, and then generate smooth, mirror-like puddles across the surface. These puddles act as a unified reflection layer. They catch and multiply the surrounding ambient light, blending the ground into the sky, and completely swallowing the character in their environment. By simply changing the physical properties of the road, a flat space becomes an overwhelming, immersive psychological trap. We have our cold temperature and our wet textures. The final mechanical problem is illuminating the subject and the rain without washing out that moody blue baseline. Legendary cinematographer Roger Deakins solved this by establishing a strict rule for night rain scenes. Place the street lamps behind the subject, never in front of them. This diagram shows why. If you light from the front, the rain disappears. By positioning the light source behind the figure, the rays hit the edges of the individual raindrops, making them glow, while casting the subject in a hard, dark silhouette. This specific lighting angle creates deep, unresolved shadows right next to sharp, bright highlights. That extreme, high-contrast backlighting is the last variable. It translates the physics of light into pure emotional tension. When we activate all these layers simultaneously, the blue temperature, the wet reflections, and the high-contrast backlight, the illusion is complete. This specific psychological formula predates modern digital rendering by over 80 years. This is a still from the 1940s. Following the anxieties of the Second World War, filmmakers developed a style known as film noir. They relied on stark shadow patterning and high contrast, a technique called chiaroscuro, to project moral ambiguity and dread directly onto characters like Humphrey Bogart. As technology evolved and populations moved into dense, globalized cities, that high-contrast black-and-white aesthetic mutated into neon noir. The exact same chiaroscuro principles were adapted using glowing neon signs and harsh streetlights to illuminate dark pavement. Whether you are watching a detective on a movie screen or standing on a real rainy street corner, the interplay of cool light, shadow, and reflection manipulates how you feel. These elements exploit human visual processing, proving that art dictates our emotions through precise optical